good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, walking down the middle of the street. Don't do that at home, kids. You can do it here. It's not quite as congested. Well, we're up and at it really early today. Weird thing about staying in a hostel. For one thing, people that stay there think they're staying in a hotel. They complain if like anybody's even walking around, leaving the lights on. Not complaining to me, but heard people huffing and puffing all night last night. Plus, another weird thing, 9:45 this morning, they're walking somebody through our room and he's taking pictures with like a professional camera, and I'm like, that is weird. It's not even checkout time yet and you have people walking through taking pictures while other people are asleep. What the heck? Who cares? Anyway, we're on to start a big full 2 days. I'm trying to cram as much as I can into these last 2 days because one of the last days that I'm here, actually the last day that I'm here, I really only have 1 or 2 things planned. So I'm trying to really hit as much as I can the next couple of days so that whatever I don't get to see, I can put that into that last day where it's pretty much already free. So right now, we're heading off to the famous Budapest chain bridge, the very first bridge in Budapest, and it used to be considered one of the wonders of the world. Let's go in here and get a coffee, start the day. It looks good, but I'm here for the coffee. That's how you truly start a day if you're me. Water and a coffee. Whose butt is that? I wish I knew who some of these names are. There's some footprints down here all over this little sidewalk. Now isn't this interesting? First off, this statue, but then they have like a fake relic of a computer statue with an actual screen inside. Pretty cool. Telling his story. Oh nice, look at this thing. I'm guessing that's a fountain when it's open. Well, holy Christmas, what is the story with this one? Is that a decapitated head? Sure is. Looks like the Angel of Death. That's like a one-eyed Willie looking statue in there. Isn't that weird? Well, we're going to be spending most of our day over on the Buda side. Most of our trip so far has been on the Pest side, which I really like. But today, the Buda side. And you know what's kind of interesting about that is they say that if you're looking down, you're in Buda because it's on a hill, and if you're looking up, you're in Pest, where everybody knows your name. I wonder if Norm was in there. I'm kidding, I know that was in Boston. Or was it? And since we're going to be on the Buda side, we're also going to hit the Buda Castle today, and they actually have one of those funiculars, kind of like the Angeles flight cars that I showed you in Los Angeles. They have those here at the bottom of the castle that you can actually take to the top for like $1, so it'd be crazy not to go and do that and at least get some footage of it. I know you guys want to see it. Plus you get a really great view of the chain bridge from there, assuming you're looking down. You're looking up, you're looking at the castle, baby. Well, check out this building right in front of us. Look at that roof. That's all tiling in some way. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's really beautiful. Let's go take a look at the whole front of the building. Isn't that incredible? And here's the front. Wow. And here's the corner. Wow. I love Art Nouveau. It might be my favorite architecture now. And look at this building. Wow. Do the slow fade on it. So Jordan, what song is stuck in your head today that you haven't been listening to, that you can't understand why it's into your head? Well guys, since you asked, a song by Pavement called Gold Sounds. I don't know why. I have been humming it all morning, and it's probably a good thing I did because I realized that the music video for that was actually filmed in Orange County. So I'll probably go vlog that at some point and show you the music video. It was actually pretty funny. Oh man, look at this remembrance here. This is a remembrance for those killed, the Jews killed in the Second World War. See, 1944, March 19th, 1944. And they even put those broken pillars in there. This is sad. I mean, this is absolutely sad. I mean, it's great that they've put this here, but it's just sad what inhumanities people can perpetuate. I wanted to take a look at this. Just an overwhelming sense of sadness when you're here for this. That's history. Those who don't learn from it are doomed to repeat it. I know it's a commonly said thing over and over, almost to the point where people want to mock it, but it's true. Gentleman's Rally. Well, we're getting close to the chain bridge. I can see it from here. Look at this crazy tree stump that's fallen over. It must have some sort of historical significance or something, because they've put these beams to brace it when it's clearly fallen over and I guess dying. Well, here we are, the chain bridge. Like I said, the first bridge in Budapest. And the story that they say, how this came about was that, well, one of the legends is that there was a nobleman here who was stuck on one side. I believe he was stuck on the Pest side, and the water had frozen over, but only partially, so he wasn't able to get across, and his father died. And that positioned him to want to commission this bridge. Now, the other story I heard was kind of to the contrary. They said that it was a man who basically was a businessman and had a vested interest in making money on both sides, so he created this bridge so that people could get back and forth and he could make money. Look at the Danube. Beautiful. Now let's go to Buda. Now I actually tend to believe the second story, because they say that man who commissioned this to be built so that he could make extra money, or make the money off of it, his name's supposedly right at the foot of the Buda side bridge. Now I'm gonna warn you guys, Buda Castle is massive. This is gonna be a big chunk of the vlog, seeing a lot of the stuff up here. And here's the tunnel that goes underneath the Buda Castle. Now unfortunately, I walked over here just a little bit ago after I realized I messed up my last clip. And here's the funicular that I planned on taking. However, I don't know if I picked a bad week to come or what's going on, but we got shut down on a few things since we've been here, and once again the funicular's closed. But in case you wanted to see them, since we won't get to ride them today, there they are. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I told you it was big. That's how big it is. And we basically have to work our way all the way up. Now I know I may overpay, but I'm gonna get a longo since I haven't eaten yet, and I wanted one of these things and I haven't gotten one yet, so. Oh wow, the ladies at that booth directed me over to here and said to get a longos over here, more choices. That one actually looks really good, I might get that. There's some weird combinations here, cheese and ketchup. That's the classic though, that's the one I had the first night. So I actually think the wise move here on the eating is to get the longos first, because if I learned nothing from eating in that Hungarian restaurant the other day, my eyes are bigger than my appetite in most of these situations. So like even when I went to New York Cafe, when I ordered the goulash, the lady's like, do you want anything else beyond just soup? And I said, well, let me see how that goes. And when I was done with the goulash, I was full. So I'm gonna order that little spinny, cinnamony thing after the longos if I'm still wanting it. But I decided to order the cheese and sausage wrapped one because there was a couple people in line, and I said, which one do you prefer? Because I was gonna get ham and cheese, and they said, the sausage. So I'm gonna try it out based on the local recommendation. That knuckle right there, that's a blister from constantly filming, keeping my hand, this part right here, keeping my hand on the front of the camera. I'm calling that vlogger blister. Okay, that's a tad bit bigger than I expected. That's ketchup beside it. All right, well, the food was amazing. That was definitely the right choice. That sausage and cheese longos was amazing. Now let's work our way up the castle. Now, this isn't the original castle. Originally it was like, this goes way back to like 1265, and this is where all the kings and everybody lived. It was called the Royal Castle or the Royal Palace, but over time it was deteriorated, and like I've told you in other vlogs, they've been invaded and things have been destroyed. So a bulk of what we're gonna see was kind of completed in the 1700s. So let's go see it. Now they say that a bulk of this castle, like I told you, was built in the 1200s by King Bela IV, which is probably where Lugosi got his name. But the oldest part that remains is actually a piece that was built in 1427, I believe. What a view. You can see all the little pieces of cobblestone missing. Kind of makes me wonder how many people dig up a piece for their own collection to take back home with them. Not that I would ever do anything like that. I would, I just haven't yet. And they actually have elevators and little staircases that'll get you up there a little quicker, but if I can't take the funicular, I'd rather just see it all on the way up. I figured since they had a staircase on both sides, I might as well take it. And I'm kind of glad I did. Look at that. It's a much different time when they didn't have handrails going up and down these stairs. And I wasn't here to know for sure, but I don't think Bela IV was using a mobile toilet or an outhouse to us Americans. I don't know what that statue is up there, but we're gonna have to get up there and look. Amazing. Now, one of the things I read about that's up here that I wanted to see, and I wish I would have bookmarked it on my map, is the Vienna Gate. So see if we can find that. Well, this certainly could be it. I see a little sign over here. Let's see what, actually, let's see the view first. Is that a sundial clock? Looks like it. Oh yeah, and it's very fitting that they would have the Budapest History Museum up here. Don't you think? All right, now up here. You know I hate heights, what am I supposed to do when this is here? Just white knuckle it, man. I think I told you guys, Michael and I talked about this one time. I don't know what happened, but once I hit the age of 35, my fear of heights went through the roof. I have the equivalent of like having a gun to my head when I'm in heights. I could probably handle a gun to my head more. That's the chain bridge. And that statue you see faintly in the distance, that's the Citadella that we were at the very first day. Well, the heights just keep going. I guess I could have walked on the ground floor, but I'm here to see this, why not? And they also have another one over here without the statue at the end. Well, we made it. The good thing is I think we're to the top. Well, we made it to the top. This is so cool, man. I honestly almost can't believe that I'm here in Budapest. It kind of falls in line with this philosophy that I have where, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but my mantra for life is every year do one thing that you never thought you'd ever do. And coming here was one of them. I did think I would go to Paris someday, so I wanted to do this instead. I'm glad I did. What a view. Oh yeah, let's keep going. Yes, they're doing a changing of the guard. Let's see this. You could seriously spend the day here at the castle, an entire day. Good thing I am, pretty much. Oh, wicked. I know what that is. That's archery. They must be doing demos out here at some point. You know, I'm taking a lot of notes. You know, for when I build my castle, I'm taking a lot of notes. That is incredible. Can you take in everything that's going on up here? Looks like in the very top he's hunted a, what is that, like an elk or a moose? Something with massive horns. And then here's the hunting dogs. I don't know if you can really see it because it's kind of a gold inlay up there, but it says this castle was created from 1246 by Bela IV. Gotta love the lions. And they're doing construction on the other side of this wall, but if you follow up along the wall, it has dates accounting the history and the rebuilding. And see, this is when the castle was destroyed by the Nazis invading. Kind of hard to believe I only have a few days left. I'm gonna miss this place. Let's see what the view looks like over here. This rubble down here, you can tell it was part of the old columns, especially that one. Oh wow, look at all the ruins. Parts of the old castle. I'm certainly glad I came up here to see what was up here. Whole lot of what used to be. Now this sign up here is kind of showing a lot of the things that we still need to see while we're here. And this is Sandor Palace, where they were doing the changing of the guard. Kind of wonder what this is supposed to mean. Faceless warrior. So it's kind of funny. I sent my friend Kevin an email last night, and I said, "Hey man, how you doing? How's Ja doing?" And he responded and said, "We're both good. He sure takes up a lot of room in bed for a little guy." And I said, "Dude, tell me about it. Preaching to the choir. Takes over the whole bed." So I'm hoping at least in the next couple of days before I take off, I'll get to ride that funicular. It's kind of a bummer it was shut down today, but maybe tomorrow or maybe the next day. You never know. Like I said, I have my last day is more of like a free day, except for like I had one thing on the schedule, and then just every time I don't get to something during the day, if I don't, then I add it to that list. So I'm gonna have kind of a spread out day. Another great old relic. Well, we are not done for the day. We actually have 2 more places. We're heading back down to, if you remember where I had my breakfast, down there where the chain bridge is, we're actually heading down that direction. I actually have 2 more days and then I go home. So it's pretty, I forget. It's one of those things like you lose time coming here and then you gain time coming back. I think my trip, when I booked it, was like 8 days. I mean, honestly, the amount of days really doesn't matter. I've learned, especially with Sweden, like when I went to Stockholm, I was there for like literally 1 day. I got like 5 vlogs out of that. It's not so much how many days you're here, it's what you do with your time and what you see and get the most out of it. You just have to look at the world that way, because otherwise you'll always be unhappy. You always feel like, oh, I didn't get enough of this, or I wish I could. You just have to make the best of every single moment you're there. Yes! I'm so glad I came back over here and got detoured to have to come back. They've got the funicular going again. Yes! All right, I'm getting one of these Hungarian chimney cakes now. I'm gonna get the cinnamon one. Finally got one. Ooh. All right, well, we're trying it out. Really good. I haven't really drank that much today, so I got the biggest water they had. 2 times the size of my head. Want some? Take a bite. Come on, take a bite. As hard as it is to believe, it's very similar to kind of like a cinnamon roll. I mean, I know it's cinnamon flavored, but the dough, even though the outside's harder and the inside's a little softer, and it literally, when it pulls off, it just kind of pulls off in a string thing like that. It's really good. I like it. So cool. Yes. Well, that was pretty awesome. So now I'm just gonna turn around and go back down. I think I'm gonna go back in the same exact one that I came in so we can see the same view going down. I was kind of trying to strategize this and figure out what was the best way to get angles And I had seen somebody else's video online and they sat up in the other side as you're going up, and I didn't like their footage, so I sat over here on the way up. But now on the way down I started thinking about it, I go, you know what, I should just sit here again and go down the same way. You guys are getting the actual experience yourself right here. And something tells me I can trust these a little bit more than the Angeles flight train cars in LA. We're here. All right, now we're gonna make our way over to the Guards Palace and then the Castle Garden Bazaar, hopefully. Pretty cool, so check it out. Kind of looks like a needle, the eye of a needle. And I was here earlier and there was a bird sitting up there then too. It's kind of funny, as I was getting off the funicular, there were two ladies waiting right by the door and they go, "Oh my gosh, how was it? Was it scary?" And I go, "No." She goes, "Are you serious? Are you just kidding?" And I go, "Lady, I'm terrified of heights." And I sat in the very front facing all this on the way up and on the way down. That I totally recommend it. And she goes, "Really?" I go, "Sit there, you'll enjoy your ride." I go, "Well, this is coming from somebody who hates heights." Well, this is just fantastic. Look at that. Wow. Look at all that detail up there. That is great. Here we go. Just what we were looking for. You guys ready for this? If you're not, turn it off and go away. The rest of you, let's rock. This is kind of what the thermal baths look like inside, most of them. This kind of stuff. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Let's go this way. I just noticed this as I was walking by. I saw the lion. What I didn't see was what he's standing on. Great details. Hello, Danube. Wonderful. Very nice. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I saw this. I just saw it was over here and then it was worth checking out, and it certainly was. The buildings straight ahead are just straight up known as the South Palaces. There's no fancy name for them, no nothing. Well, this is neat. This dome. So obviously you guys probably by now have figured out that my vlogs are a little bit different when I'm in a foreign country, because in Hollywood I can, you know, I have all the time in the world to cover Hollywood. But when I'm here, I'm trying to see as much as I can, as much as I've read about. So when I'm in Hollywood, I just do one place a day and I can do 8 to 10 minute segments just on that place. But here, nobody's gonna watch a 45-minute video, so let's face it. I have to break it up into multiple videos and give brief histories. We'll have to check that on the way down. So if the Cittadella is straight ahead, up in the air up there, up in the sky, then that means the rudest baths have to be right over here. And I didn't bring my swim trunks or my towel today, so no baths today. Maybe tomorrow. Or the next day, who knows. We're gonna hit one more. And that's more of Buda Castle. All of that. It's huge, massive. Well, the timing in today has really worked out to my benefit because I was worried I was not going to make my way around the castle and do everything in time, and now the sun's starting to fade away and I feel like I've gotten to everything that I wanted to today. Other than the guards palace, and that's on the way back. There's actually a little stage down here for performance. That's what all that is seating. And then that copper, that's a staircase that leads to the Buda Castle, so you don't have to enter it from where I did. There's multiple entrances and all over the place they have little signs that say that. Look at the chain bridge and Parliament. Funkadelic. I'm kidding! That would be hilarious if Parliament Funkadelic came and performed on the steps of Parliament here. Alright, I just want to climb these steps a little bit and show you the view from here. See, earlier on in the vlog, I was actually all the way up there where that statue is. Remember when I was talking about being afraid of heights? So this leads up there a little ways. I could see these from a distance and I just had to come over and take a look. They're huge. I mean, these things are half the size of the building. See that gun there? And then these. Alright, last stop, Guards Palace. Let's do this. So apparently this is known as the Guards Palace, and it's actually a museum now. I'm not real impressed. I'm more impressed with the Sandor Palace that we saw up top, where the actual guards were out doing the changing of the guard right when we got there. What great timing was that? Now let's get out of here. I still can't get over how, like, literally as I'm walking up that hill, they were doing that whole routine, and I ran up there and got it just in the nick of time. So cool. I love that, especially because I got that the other day, you know, over at the Parliament. Different version, smaller version. Remember yesterday how I said that the guy who paid to have this chain bridge created had his name at the bottom of the lion? There it is.